Welcome to Puro Pinche Sports. I'm your host, Jose Garza, and tonight I am joined by my boys, James and Jeff. Oh, it's been a minute, fellas. We're not on TikTok this time. We're actually live on just the YouTube, and man,
I
it's
can
it's been a while.
survive.
You can
I
survive.
can
You
survive,
you
dog.
won't get kicked out after 2 minutes for saying inappropriate things on Pride Month. It wasn't even like malicious.
Nah, it's crazy. I still got love for you, TikTok. It's cool, bro.
Yeah, we just won't go live there no more for our safety.
Taking me out was that was some gay shit though. Nah.
Ah. YouTube copyright. Bam, out. Say sorry, YouTube. I'm so sorry. See, now if I want to try Kick or Twitch like that, are you gonna get me kicked out from there too, James?
I would do you like that. But hey, man, they say crazy stuff on Twitch. Man, yeah.
So
I,
you
I
so
mean,
so we're safer over there, if anything.
we safe on Twitch. I know. Well, at least I know that for sure. As a streamer and a follower of fellow streamers, I know we be all right. But
Bet. Jeff, how you doing, brother?
Good, good. Just trying to stay awake. I don't know why I'm always so sleepy in Houston. I think it's the allergies. Man, I just come over here and I gotta like instantly take allergy medicine. But I'm
ain't
good.
y'all getting ready for some rain, right?
It's been raining every day over here. I mean, I just got back. They had rain yesterday when I got here, and then it was raining on the way over here right now.
Man, that's crazy. It's
Freaking
hot. We need some of that rain over here, boy. It's cooking.
Mm.
Florida's got those like the dual water sprouts, the tornadoes on the water.
Oh
And I'm
yeah.
like, I'm good. I'm chilling over here. Keep that little spinning thing away from me.
We don't gotta worry about
Bruh.
that.
You say that, and then Marco texts us every fucking night. He's like, warning, hail, warning,
Hell,
tornado, warning, ass, warning.
bruh,
He's like,
that's
damn,
crazy.
Marco, chill out, bro. I'm trying to
Hey,
sleep.
hey, I be thankful for them heads up though. I've been preparing myself.
Nah, you think you're thankful for the locations because they're all north and all far away from you as
Mm-hmm.
possible.
No,
Whereas,
seriously,
where,
yeah.
whereas the last one, he's like, oh, it's by Holmes High School, and I'm like 10 minutes away. Like, yo, chill
Yeah,
out.
that was crazy.
I was like, all right, it's my time to go. All right, peace out, guys. You'll see. I'll phase out quicker than James did on TikTok.
Hey, bruh, that was crazy.
Nah, but bro, I mean, it's been an entertaining few weeks, I would say. I mean, obviously, the playoffs is over. We have a new champions. It's Oklahoma City Thunder. It is what it is. Some of us predicted it. Some of us were going for the underdogs, hoping Siakam was the MVP, hoping Tyrese was the MVP. Sadly, everything snapped away quite literally in the first quarter for the Indiana Pacers. But what a run! Can we just talk about it real quick, like, in positive ways that we can? 15 wins this postseason, positive momentum. They beat the Knicks. They beat the Cavaliers, number one seed. They took care of business with the Bucks. I mean, a lot of respect we can give out to Tyrese Halliburton, Pascal Siakam, Rick Carlisle, and the whole Indiana Pacers. I mean, they brought it as a team, as a unit. There wasn't just one star caliber guy. It was a whole team process, and
Yeah,
we'll obviously be in the what ifs. We'll never know what could have been if Tyrese was fully healthy. But I mean, what a fantastic run, man! Because let's face it, they haven't been this good since maybe Paul George's, Pacer run before his foot broke in Team USA, and even before that, Reggie Miller's, Malice in the Palace squad. Jeff, I'm gonna go to you first, man. Obviously, you're a big historian. Obviously, you're also a big critical guy on the East. But how impressed were you with the Indiana Pacers this season?
No, they were definitely impressive. They swayed me over, right? The East has been what the East is, right? I mean, Boston looked good last year, and Indiana. I don't watch too much, Pacers basketball, but you watched them last year in the Eastern Conference Finals. They were all right, but you're just like, oh, that's the East. But then this year they were more than that. They were impressive, right? The way they beat Cleveland, they handled Cleveland, and then the Knicks, like you could tell the Pacers were better than the Knicks. And then even in the finals, they showed out, right? That's the closest they ever been to winning. I mean, they were like 3.5 quarters away from winning. In that game, it was really that game four that I think OKC won the championship with the Pacers up by like 6 with like 3 minutes to go. And OKC's D just held them scoreless and they won that game. And then Halliburton gets hurt in 7, and that's it, right? But yeah, like hats off to the Pacers. They were impressive. They gained a couple of I do like in Halliburton. Some of their role players, and Nate Smith, whatever. There's a couple guys on there that I'm looking at, but yeah, it was just a fun run, and you could just tell they were well coached. They got in the right spots. They played good D. They looked like OKC, right? Getting a lot of turnovers. It was weird. It was a fun playoffs. It was a fun finals until that game 7. And it was just like I didn't even finish the game. But yeah, it was great. I liked it.
James, how are you overall feeling? The Pacers obviously were the underdogs, like we said. You and Jeff were one of the few guys in our group, as far as us and our friends at the People's Debate, that picked the Pacers to win this one out. Overall, like, obviously Hallie's injury is tragic. We'll get more into it just a bit. But overall, how impressed were you by them?
I mean, I was completely impressed. One, I didn't really have it for them to come that far. First and foremost, like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and be like, "Oh, I saw this coming," because I really didn't. I thought they were really a clean, like a blank slate team. Like, of course, what Siakam did when he was with Toronto, so I felt like he should have. I felt like he should have been the caliber of star player for them, but he played like just an impressive a 2 guy, just being that second man that could give him energy. He could give like that wisdom of being there before. Uh, but Halliburton was really that guy that made them tick. He made them run. He made them, you know what I'm saying? He was just a big playmaker, big shot taker. Um, so like for me, all in all, like they were just in. I mean, they were great, man. They were great until they couldn't do it without their star player. Um, like Jeff said, it was guys on there, man. I didn't even know the names on the back of the jerseys until they started making these runs, and you saw how like they were really just a mirror match of OKC. Like they had the role player, you had the guy to come off the bench and locking like he was a 3-and-D type player. You know what I'm saying? All he do hit the 3 ball, but he played great defense. And then for everything that SGA was for them, Tyrese was for the Pacers. So it was great until we had to see what we had to see, without really getting too far into it. But um, they made a hell of a run, man. Of course, I kind of wanted. Uh, I thought Boston would be that returning team, but they kept this exciting, man, for everything that it was for the teams that like never have that history of being there before. They really put on a show. So hats off to Indiana, man. Like, you know, especially with their girls team too. With WNBA, it's Indiana look good right now.
Yeah, man. I mean, just going into it now. I mean, obviously in the first quarter, after going 3 for 4, 9 points, real quick, 7 minutes in, Halliburton, the same way he hurt it in Game 5, or aggravated it, pushing off with his right foot. You just see, because ESPN played it like about a dozen and a half times.
Boy.
So freaking that you saw the damn the thing snap. You saw the back of his calf shake and just
the calf disappeared.
I think I had told y'all in the chat, but I know I've told the People's Debate guys. I was like, bro, the one thing with that calf injury, it's gonna turn into Achilles, and you pray it didn't happen. And obviously, the blowout in Game 6 was huge because it allowed him not to go crazy.
Yeah.
But the second, man, obviously, it's a risk no matter what. And he went out there today and he posted no regrets.
Yeah.
It's something I would have done. And we're seeing a lot of people, a lot of guys, even from like the Players' Choice, about a lot of guys with their own sites that they're just like, he should have never played. Kendrick Pertnikin's clip about how he told KD days before like his snapped, he shouldn't have played and stuff like that. And for me, man, it's like I get what y'all are saying in the long term. It's not probably good, but at the same time, man, I use this as an analogy with Todd Gurley in that Super Bowl against the Patriots. You might never be back in this situation again.
Bro, that's exactly what I said at work today. It's exactly what I said. And this dude, when he did that, did y'all see like the? I mean, of course they didn't show it to the end of the night, but like Twitter, the instant responses at the time it was because I was at Incredible Pizza when I was with like Sam and her dad family, and we were just like we were watching it, and I had it on my phone, and so the crazy thing for me is the same spot that he fell was the same spot that Kobe fell. Like, and
Mm.
you can tell from the move that it was the same thing. Like, as soon as I seen him, he planted and tried to burst off and fell immediately. I already knew what it was because he started slapping the floor saying, "Oh no, oh no!" Like I already knew it was Achilles. I knew it. I said right then, I was like, "This is Achilles. He's done." And it sucks, bro, because like you said, so many people saying I would have set out and I would have did this, and some of those same people ain't never played in the damn finals, bro. When you're and it's not like it's game 1, 2, 3, or 4. This is 7. This is all or nothing. This is for all the marbles. This is for history, legacy, like whatever the case is gonna do. Like this is that game. This is the game you dream of. This is when you outside with your friends counting down. You want to make that big shot. You want to make that big play. These were all the moments gonna lie at in a game 7. And that team fought as hard as they could, but it's like, dude, and I knew it. Even I think Obi Toppin said, "Man, I couldn't play."
Yeah,
He was like,
the team morale went down quickly
he
as soon
was
as it
like,
happened.
Halliburton was on my mind. Like, dude, and you would, and people would probably take that and be like, man, no, man, it's the biggest game of your life. You got to keep going out there and fight. Nigga, my star player is out. My mental is shot. I'm not the leader. We go as he goes. But yeah, you got to step up in this next man mentality. But at the same time, in a pivotal game like this, you don't want to worry about the next man's livelihood. This man, he might not even come back the same. And if
No,
people want
no,
to keep,
and James to counteract it. I mean, my thing is too. Like here's the thing. I get it, right? Obi Toppin, he throws up. Some of the guys did too, right? There was it was like Neesmith, Toppin, and some other guy. Their combined scores didn't even pass the 9 points that Tyrese did in his 7 minutes. But here's the other thing too. Pascal Siakam did step up. He was trying to
yeah,
rally the guys on the bench, and this should have been a discussion. Realistically,
yeah.
this should have been a discussion that, hey man, like look, we don't want this to happen, and God forbid it does. But if it does, like they should have been open about it. Tyrese,
Yeah.
Rick Carlisle, it's whatever. They should have been open. If it does happen, I need our boys to step up. I need
Yeah.
y'all to step up. Like that's the realistic thing because everyone knows just this year alone, Tatum's calf injury, Achilles,
hmm
freaking Dame's blood clots / calf
Yeah.
injury was Achilles, and
hmm
we already know the history of KD's Achilles. 6 years ago. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's just something I think we should have mentally prepared for just in case. Because at the end
Yeah.
of the day, he went out there. Halliburton, that's where I will criticize Toppin and the guys that didn't perform like Neesmith. These guys, this man, Tyrese Halliburton, came out here knowing he's putting everything on the line. And y'all need to play with that same mentality, whether
hmm
it busts or doesn't. Now, Jeff, I'm going to go to you right now. On the flip side, we know how we live in Twitter world. By the way, there's a lot of background noise right now. I don't know if y'all hear it or not.
Mm-mm.
But we live in a Twitter world right now, and do you like how was it? How would the world, in your eyes, criticize Tyrese if he had sat out these last 2 games instead of playing, even knowing that he could have walked? Like,
Yeah.
give me the flip side, Jeff, of what you think would have happened if
Oh
he had
yeah.
sat.
I mean, yeah, it would have been bad, right? And people would have criticized them and judged them off that forever. And and he played 5 and 6, right, with that injury. So why would he sit out 7? It was a decision they made and they went with it. But no, I know what you're saying. Like as a player, you can't because like even though you tore your Achilles, like your rep would be dismantled if you sat out that game. So yeah, like I don't think there's no surviving that, right? If you're healthy enough to do what he was able to do, you just got to go and give it your best shot. So I think that's why it was a no-brainer for him, right?
No, I mean, I think the biggest criticism you can take is not just the player's mentality going into it. I think also at the end, it's also Rick Carroll not adjusting well.
hmm
Because I would say, look how hard they played in that first half. because you could argue, James, they were still playing hard. They
Oh
were
yeah,
giving
for
it
sure.
all.
The
They
game
got there
didn't
was a tie, and then they were actually leading at the half.
they didn't lose that game until I want to say like the midpoint
The third,
or
the
like
third.
the midpoint of the third around like that eight. I would say that 8 to 10 minute mark because they had it at like six. I want to say it was like 6 or 8. Okay, OKC had it at because I want to say they hit. Lou Dort hit that dumbass three. I can't stand that motherfucker, man. God, he hit that wild three and stood there like he knew he was gonna make it. I want to say Caruso or Chet. Somebody else came behind him and hit a three. And then I think SGA hit a three. And that's when it was kind of like, fuck, man, they finna blow this shit open. And so, um, yeah, and I'm saying, like I'm saying, and I'm not trying to coddle the Pacers unit for saying like it's okay to play in a discomfort and kind of lose yourself in that moment because like like I said, like you used to going as your star players go. Like I think that's in every sport. Like when your star player is on, I think everybody else gets to moving and shaking. And sometimes you can get lost in that moment. And like, dude, like these guys ain't really played in no games like this. I don't think a lot of those guys been in that type of moment. So that's what I'm saying. And like, I mean, like, you're right. I think Rick Carlisle could have did a better job at adjusting and trying to figure
My
what.
biggest criticism, James, is something that they talked about, and like obviously with Tyrese, you're not going to do it for the calf injury, but like why are you on the finals and your guys not averaging 40 minutes?
Hmm.
Like nobody on the team hit over 40 this game. 37
Yeah,
max was for Nemhard and Siakam.
yeah,
Why like there that stretch you're talking about in the third was at the time like they're losing is because they got all these bench guys out and Siakam and Nemhard are out. It's like
yeah,
why are your two best players
yeah.
arguably right
And,
now
and see, and that's what I
on the
felt like
side?
because I felt like Siakam, like coming up the court, Siakam would try to find his place and get his position, right? I felt like a lot of times he was trying to pick, he was trying to get his position on the wing to go to work. I felt like a lot of guys took ill-advised shots and tried to force a lot of plays. And I felt like their offense as a unit was stagnant. It was kind of like the ball touched one person, they would try to drive and then kick and then drive and kick. No, OKC did just a great job of rotating. And I mean, for their guys not playing well in the first half, like guys like Lou Dort, like Jalen Williams didn't really get going like that. Um,
But
you know,
let's be honest, Jeff. You tell me if I'm wrong. The OKC's offense was almost atrocious this game.
yeah,
Mhm.
It
and that's
was
what
it
bro,
was
and
really
that's what
bad.
Yeah.
dude, that's what I'm saying. So like they hung around, but it was guys like Lou Dort, fucking Alex Caruso, Hardenstein, and I'm starting to hate that nigga too because he was playing dirty. But it was just like those guys made the extra possessions and the extra momentum plays, and they made them all count. Like if it was a second chance shot, Lou Dort kicked it out and he found the right person, or Hardenstein was right there to get the rebound or a tip, like or he got fouled and went to the free throw line and he made his free throws. It was little things like that that like even while OKC wasn't playing well, it propelled them to keep going forward, knowing that once SGA got going, once Williams got going, bro, they was gonna blow the game open because they were playing at home. So of course, it's if you play sports and you in a place where you are most comfortable at, like you can have a bad half, you can have a bad quarter, but once that thing tick for you and you start to see the ball go in, man, it was a wrap. And that's exactly what they did in the third quarter. They threes started dropping, they started getting defensive steals. They were getting fouls, like going to the free throw line. They wasn't missing free throws, and they just made it happen, man. So I mean, like, as much as I don't like it, I'm not mad at the fact that they won. I just wish I would know what this game would have played out to be if Hallie didn't get injured. But hats off to them, man. They had a hell of a season. Like,
Yeah.
and they built from within. They matured their guys. They got the right pieces, and they play so selfishly, bro. That's why I would think their best thing is, and I would hate to see them break apart going forward because they all think they're superstar players because they play great together, bro. It was just like their ball movement, their open court spacing. Like, dude, they play so well together. Like, Like, so hats off to OKC.
Well, Jeff, obviously, a lot of people are not happy with OKC's win. Is this sadly an asterisk victory?
I mean, I don't think you can give it an asterisk, right? And of course, like I want to, but not that they what did they do wrong, right? They played who was in front of them. I mean, you could say they got lucky, right? But and even if Halliburton doesn't go down, I mean, it does. I mean, the game was close. Caruso hit those 2 threes. Halliburton hit those 3, and it did look like OKC was gonna falter in the moment. But you never know if they would have picked it back up. You don't know if they would have won anyways, right? But yeah, it wasn't impressive. I think that's the thing, right? Like asterisks or not, it wasn't an impressive win.
Yeah.
Even with you could tell the confidence left the Pacers. They and I think the big thing is they didn't have a ball handler, right? They had TJ go in there, and it's weird.
Yeah.
He created his own shot, but there was nothing else to create. So like it was turnover after turnover. They couldn't move the ball without Halliburton, right? I mean, he was a point guard averaging 8.5 assists, right? And it was just tough. So like, I think a lot of people do question if they would have won it if Halliburton was in. It was that last game was not at a finals level. There was another game. What was it? Game 6. OKC didn't play like not even playoff level. That performance by them was terrible. It wasn't like, man, you're in the finals. Like you got to try to close them out. Yeah, it was horrible. And I think that's why they were set up to lose. But I think yeah, they won, right? So like, there's no asterisks. They were a deep team. They had enough places where they had a deep bench, right, and played real good defense. You can't put an asterisk by it, but it's just like all the other ones, right? Like Boston, and even now even Denver, right? When they win, you think they're gonna win the next 5, and then Boston, right? Now they have to revamp with their injury. Got rid of Porzingis, got rid of Drew Holiday. Everyone now OKC's the next one to be the dynasty. That's what they said last year, right? But I think I think that's the bigger issue. The structure of the NBA, the structure of these contracts. It's like they don't want dynasties, and we're going to see these one-offs, and that's how it's been the last, 7 years or whatever. But I don't think it's appealing to the audience because we're used to, you have to be the best of the best to win. You couldn't be no young team and beat these veterans, right? And on top of that, a bunch of injuries, like I get it the year after COVID, that shortened season and extended season. That year Milwaukee won, I thought was a very injured-riddled season. And why was it like that this year? Is it the shoes? What is going on? Right, they're resting the players.
Jeff, I think you brought it up. I think it's the shoes because all these guys are wearing these low cut, this look nice design shoes. And me, as a guy who gets either on the court for basketball, volleyball, whatever, I'm wearing freaking high. I'm wearing high ankle ones to make sure my legs are safer. Hell, because because we are going into a new levels of craziness on how badly these guys who are supposed to be healthier, more athletic, their legs are snapping faster than freaking.
Let me attest to that. I have been a high ankle shoe wearer for the longest time. Like I would say 2000s, right? I don't know if y'all can go that far back as far as memory wise, but
oh, I was broke then, James. Okay, I'm sorry. Now some of us had to go to Payless. Okay, sorry.
Listen, I didn't have them coins like that. Neither did my mom. So thank God I had a brother with a good job. But no, at Highlands we had those Adidas Pro models. I don't know if y'all remember them. They used to come with the 3 stripes on the side, and they were interchangeable. Like we wore those at Highlands. One of the best hooping shoes ever. You can ask any ball player. Those pro models was life, man. They were high ankle shoes. I think the year after that we went to the Nike Zoom with the little, the little Vince Carter Boeing thing in the back. We used to have those at Highlands my senior year. So I was used to playing in high shoes, and then I started hooping in LeBrons and LeBron 2s or 3s, stuff like that. I always knew that. Dude, the first time I played in those Kobe's, I want to say it was the Kobe, I think the 9s. I think it was the Kobe 9s or the 8s. One of the Kobe 9s or 8s. They were low top shoes. Dude, I loved them. They were just so light, you could move, all that stuff like that. So I don't so much think it's the shoes, bro. I think it's the lifestyle of these pro athletes.
But can you think about it, James, with those shoes, right? Because like for me and Jeff, whenever you want to, like with the high ones, like I'll feel protected, and I'm talking about maybe like 2-3 games a day. We're talking about these guys who are trying to play 100 games a year, and that's not even counting the practices, the scrimmages, this LA fitness shit they do on the where they go out all freaking summer.
The pro am.
So I'm just like, okay, so what are we doing? Like shoes have to be some of it, right? Because there's no way,
man. I'm telling you, I think it's the lifestyle that these guys like. The more and more
you're going with the Shadow Cinco, not eating enough meat shit.
I don't even know if it's that. I'm not putting it on what they're eating. I'm putting it on just like the way you take care of your body. Your body is that's your money maker. Like, you not finna see like certain players go out doing things outside of their nature instead of working on their craft. Like, that's what I'm thinking it is, because I think the more and more you put in, the more and more inputs you put on your body, and the intake of what you're fueling your body with, and then your strength and conditioning, I think it alludes to all of that, man. Like, when you know you're a playoff team and you're going deep and you're making these deep runs year after year, you gotta take care of your body, bro. Like, I don't know, and I can't say we know what these guys are eating and doing and the lifestyles that they're living. I just know there's one person that you can look at that ain't really been injured like that and spends more than $1 million on his body. That's all I'm saying. And the guy is fucking 40 years old. That's what I mean by, like, it's just like it's like Carl Anthony Towns said when Anthony Edwards came in. He talking about, I eat Popeyes. Bro, you're soon to be $200-300 million man. Why are you sitting here eating
we saw these
food?
young kids. They don't drink, right? We know, but we know they pop. You know, they lighten up, a light after the games and stuff like that. But these kids don't fucking drink because some of these motherfuckers didn't even know what the fuck a Michelob was.
That's right. That's good. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
But you also got to think too, like Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren, they got drafted 3 years ago. That means they were drafted at 18, 19. That means they're barely legal to drink.
And they were protected. That's a good thing.
Yeah. So I mean, like, I'm not saying obviously you need to drink and all that stuff and party and whatever, but I'm just like, bro, there's got to be something. There's got to be a study because I get it, right? Like, these guys are running down the court probably even more.
They might not know how to pop a bottle, but they know how to go get somebody to get the bottles. I tell you that much. I know these niggas just ain't exclusive. I bet everybody know what 1942 is. I bet they own them hookahs. I bet that.
No, as I said, they're lighting up the light, they're sparking it up. I get that. I mean, I know that's what they're doing.
But I'm just saying, like, I'm telling you, man, it has to be something involved with the wear and tear of the body, because especially the way you look at the way these guys are playing, like, even most of the guys that have gotten hurt have been explosive athletes.
We're not talking about it enough, but I mean, Chet was playing hurt. Chet was playing with bad ankles on the whole freaking, like, most of the playoffs. So, I mean,
but look at him, shit, like he has.
He did not play good,
bro. And that's the thing. And
he was probably the fourth or fifth most important player on the team.
Yeah, my boy Jay had said that he was like, I knew the Chet and Wemby comparison was going to happen, but you can't even compare him. The dude's not even in the same lane as Wemby. Like, he's a good player, and I think he can be so much better if, one, he did put on a little bit of muscle mass, but keep it to where he can still move the way he moves. Because I think he's very unique for his skill set. Like, the kid can dribble. He got a nice little hesitation, great deep ball. But to play around the rim, I think that's where he has to be more aggressive. For his size and his skill set, I think he can do that. Like, I think he should kind of take in that more aggressive post player, be a little bit more active around the rim, because he should be dunking on people left and right, bro. Like, he really should.
You really saw the lack of, like, the junior in him, the rookie in him. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
And we have to be fair too. He did miss his first year. We got to remember he was drafted the same year as J Dub, and he did miss his first year. And then this year he started strong for the first, like, maybe 8-10 games, and then he had a hip injury. So we do got to understand that he has had probably a slow progress in learning.
Oh yeah.
But you know, there's always gonna be something that
No,
expectations
but you
because
you saw the flashes though. You
yeah,
saw
yeah.
him have those spurts in games where he made like great defensive plays protecting the rim, great alley hoops around the rim, great dunks, great
Well,
passes.
but that's where we have to also like this is where we're gonna praise OKC and the real
Yeah,
reason they won Game 7 because their offense was atrocious. They couldn't hit a free throw. They missed so much. They hit only 11 threes, and which is the same number Indiana hit. But it was their defense. It was
yeah, oh
Caruso. It
yeah,
was
yeah.
Casey Wallace. It was Lou Dort. You know, holding hands with TJ McConnell, some of the refs. Hey, it's the refs' fault for that one. Okay, those are bad calls because they didn't call the bull rushes or anything like that. But to be fair, we know if we're talking about 90s defense, you know, we know a lot of physicality and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So
No,
for
but
some
that's
of
what
us,
you
it's
want
not
to
the,
see. You just want to see
right.
it go both ways, though. I
But
thought there
that's
were a few
but that's
bad
the
calls
but that's the
too.
praise. That's the praise I want
Yeah.
to give OKC as far as
Oh, for
their
sure.
defense was the elite part, which is
Yeah.
why they won the championship. It wasn't necessarily their offense. Obviously, Shea was great, averaging over 30 points a game. He did his amazing stuff. J Dub was here and there. About 4 out of the 7 games, he was great. Chet, like we said, he was here and there, mainly there. But it was the others. It was Caruso,
Yeah.
who's now a 2-time champion. Lou Dort, undrafted player who freaking bullied everybody that he could. Casey Wallace, who bench guy, role player. Don't expect much from him, but he did his thing. So
Yeah, they shot good. His Dort and him, they would be shooting, man.
yeah, I mean,
Dude, but
in this
they
game, J Dub was so scared sometimes of shooting the ball, and you give it to Lou Dort, and he has no fear. And he's
that
not
nigga,
a great shooter,
bro,
but
he was not because I think in game 6 I was laughing because I was sitting there watching it with my mom. I said, this nigga don't give a damn. He gonna shoot that shit regardless. I think he was like 0 for 6. I promise you. I think he was like 0 for 6 before he made one. And I was just like,
the way they played in Game 6, that's okay with me. At least he's trying. At least he's
how,
trying. They're getting
that's
blown
true.
out. He's trying.
But you think about it, and they were away. So I looked at it like this. I said, man, I bet he was at home. He would have probably been 4 for 6, 3 for 6.
You
He
saw
would
the
have been way
second.
more
You saw
comfortable.
the second they put the other Jalen Williams, Jalen with the
Mhm.
Y. He started hitting up threes too, and I was like, just let this man cook. Just give him the ball. Just give.
I'm telling you, man, it
just
was
have
it
fun.
was crazy. But that's like you said, that's the hung they had on their defense, and that's what propelled them, man. So
All right,
it's
so by next year, obviously the East is going to be so much different. Indiana, sorry, I don't think you're going to be contenders. Bucks, your roster is going to be so bad you will not be contenders. I'm sorry, Giannis, you
I
need to
think
get out.
Indiana. I think Indiana will be back.
No,
I
not
think
next year. Not next year.
why?
Tyrese is out the whole year.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think they can still make a play in though.
Oh no. I'm talking about championship contenders. I'm talking about
No,
yeah. So I'm
okay.
talking about
Yeah.
championship level guys.
True.
So Pacers are out, Bucks are out,
Yeah.
Celtics can maybe make it depending how Jaylen Brown takes it. But I mean,
yeah,
they just traded away Drew Holiday, but they got back Anthony Simons, so I thought was nice. And they got rid of Porzingis. Pingus is gone.
But
So now they're out of the luxury cap.
Team. They still got they got Robert Williams, the
They'll
defender.
probably be a Final Four Eastern team, I would say. So
Everything is contingent on how good Jaylen Brown wants to be. Just put it that way. If
Here-
he wants to hoop, they'll be a playoff contender team.
obviously Dame is out, with the Bucks too. That's three
Wild.
East,
Three of
three-
them gone
three
for
of
the
them
year.
all who wear the number 0 are
Yeah,
out in the
for
East.
next year.
Yep.
So who's left? The Knicks.
So the Knicks, but they fired their coach. So
Yeah, Orlando.
Orlando, who just traded 5 first-round picks with Desmond Bane.
Crazy.
I like Desmond Bane though. I think it's a good
I do
upgrade.
think that's a great addition to their team because he's going to bring defensive physicality to play that 2 spot, and you get another guy that can stretch the floor.
You still need a point though. I do think they still need to go for a point.
They'll figure it out. Trust me, because them guys are hungry. They want to get over that first round hump stuff. They gonna figure that out.
If Drew Holiday didn't just sign a
Ooh,
extension
that
with
would've been
Boston, and he could have
perfect.
bought himself out, he could have gone to Orlando. That would have been nice.
That'd be nasty. I would love that too.
We don't know what's going on. We don't know what the situation is going to be. I think what their first round pick this year they traded away to Memphis.
So just Cleveland, right? Cleveland and Orlando.
Cleveland, maybe Orlando, maybe New York, and maybe Boston. I would say it's the only ones. Those 4 teams. But here's the thing, Jeff, and it's gonna sound ugly. Philly might get back in there. They got the number 3 overall pick. Joel Embiid might come back healthy.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe Paul George puts down the podcast mic. Tyrese Maxey's still there. Maybe.
So of course, y'all don't forget now. Don't slight them.
I will.
Detroit's gonna be there.
Ooh, I'm sorry, I forgot about Detroit. We're not used to talking about Detroit, so I apologize,
true.
Detroit. I apologize. It all depends on their free agency moves, which I believes it begins either this weekend or on Monday. Free agency starts, so they need to
I think Chicago will make a run this year.
No, we need to stop that. No.
Why?
No. They gave up they literally gave up their best players for popcorn. They didn't do anything. No, we're not going to do that. 16 years and under, Giddy is not going to be enough. They're going to trade away Kobe White, as Alex said. No, we're not. No, we're not talking about Chicago.
I think they might make a run.
You're giving Alex false hope.
But I'm not. Well, let me respectfully say this: they're not going to win a title, so let's not talk about them.
That's what I'm saying. We're talking championship teams.
Yeah, so that's right.
So maybe there's 4, maybe 5 if Philly's able to come back. If Embiid, show some maturity and stuff like that. But we'll see about that. I mean, Brooklyn, like we mentioned in the text thread, has 5 first-round picks tomorrow. They're about to draft their starting lineup,
which is crazy, but it's really, really true. They just need, I'm telling you, man, the right coach. And you look at, I think that's the key to success right now, man, with these teams. Boston was homegrown. They won.
Well, they had the right coach, and then they let KD and Kyrie dictate that he wasn't a good coach. So now Kenny Atkinson's down in Cleveland. So
yeah, and then you got Jokic and them was homegrown. They just got a few pieces in what you call it. So I mean,
well, let's see how Jordy does in his second year with the Nets as the head coach there. The draft's tomorrow. Are y'all excited? As Spurs fans, are y'all excited for Dylan Harper being drafted at number 2? What are we looking at?
I've been talking about it a lot. Of course, y'all know we've been talking about it on here. I'm all for the draft and grow process. Of course, like we talked about the whole KD thing. The money was crazy. With the asking price was crazy. So I'm glad we didn't make that dumb decision. Would have loved to see what they really did with what they offered for Giannis, or what the move was there if he was even in the picture realistically.
I think it was like 7 first-round picks along with Castle Barnes with so 11 pieces away for Giannis.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, for what guys are really moving for, like
it was Milwaukee literally saying like, if you want us to move from him, like that's gonna be it. But we're not actually trying to move off from him. Yeah. That was Milwaukee's message.
I guess it's one of those things where you like, it's like you playing a franchise with your friend, and he's sending a trade, and you like, bro, you playing fantasy football, he sent a dumbass trade, so you counter with a dumbass trade. It's like, dude, no. But I'm glad we didn't like try to forcefully go all in for somebody like that. So I just hope we make the right moves. I know everybody's scared because they think we're gonna be guard heavy, but I would love to see what this kid looks like.
I just want a solid 4 or 5. Like, please, can we get somebody next to Wemby, because we are too small with those 3 guards. Like, legitimately, we are. Like,
no, and I mean legit.
And then Harrison Barnes or Keldon, 6'6" and 6'8", respectively, are not going to be enough to be next to Wemby. Like, we need another like. I get it. The teams are playing small ball, but we still need another.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying, like, I would love to take him at the 2 spot, and then eventually, if we are lucky enough to swing back around, trade up. If not, be able to select the kid from Duke with that 14. That's my wishes. That's what I would love to get out of this. to somehow get that big that they got there. You allowed him to grow into the presence you want him to be, along with the understanding of you don't have to be great, you just have to run protect. You know what I'm saying? Run
I guess
protect, grab rebounds.
I guess
Like,
my question is like, all right, and I know it's not it wasn't in the original topics, but sorry,
mhm.
Alex, we're Spurs fans, so we're gonna talk about it. If we're not moving Vassell and we're not moving off Sohan, how like I'm just wondering like how are we setting up our lineups? Is Harper or Castle gonna lead the second unit? Is like because I would assume Vassell starting. I would assume Vassell would be the 3 still, and then Barnes or Sohan would be the 4.
Respectfully, so they should get that nod, but you're gonna integrate your rookies as needed. You know what I'm saying? Like Castle has proven he should be on the floor. Like
Right,
no
he's gonna
if
be a starter.
yeah,
He'll
no
be a
if and
starter.
yeah, no if ands or
So
buts about it. Him and
Fox,
Fox,
Castle, Vassell, Barnes, and Wemby.
yeah, that's what you. But that's if we don't draft the big. You know what I'm
No,
saying? I
no,
think
no, no. But I think that's what we're doing, even if we draft a big, because
yeah,
the same way, like we drafted Castle at 4, but we didn't start him right away. Because we had CP3.
yeah.
We were like integrating him slowly
Oh
from the
yeah.
bench.
And see, and I mean that's what I expect us to do. So I would hope that's the move. Um, And I mean, you paid him too much money to let him come off the bench. So of course, I would allow him to start. But as our players get better, you know what I'm saying?
I'm
You,
looking
you,
forward to a Fox and Wemby unit because we only got like four or five games
Yeah.
out of that shit. And everyone, like all of Spurs Twitter is freaking out. Like, we should have made the move for KD. We should have made the move for the KD. Like, what are we stupid? Are we sitting back in the Stone Age? It's like we didn't even get a full time unit with Fox and Wemby. Can we get
man,
that, please?
people that speak like that, bro, like I really don't even pay them no mind. I mean, it's trust me, I didn't want Wimby either, but I'm glad we made the right decision. I'm
I'm
glad
glad the Spurs did not listen to you about Scoot Henderson. Oh my god.
yeah, I'm glad I'm not the GM. I'm glad I'm not the GM. That's all I can say. That would have been a piss poor job right there, and I would have been the guy that passed on a Jordan like player. So no, but realistically, man, seriously, I want to see us grow, and the future is bright. That's what I know for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
I'm not. Even if we have a bad season this year, I
No,
really
we're not
don't
having
think
a bad
this.
season. We're not having a bad season.
I know we're not, but I'm just saying, like,
We're
even if
getting
we
into at
don't.
least playing. No, actually, no, we fuck that. We can't be playing. We got to be at least in the top 6. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, we have to be. We have to
No,
be.
but I'm saying
It's
like to
time.
see the I just want to see us like build a unit and just grow, bro. Because I know come next year, the Spurs gonna be a problem for some people. A person gonna be a problem for some people. Wemby gonna have his feet is gonna be under him really, really good now. And it's gonna be hell on wheels for a lot of people, dog. So I
Hey,
know
just
what him looking like. I know
I'll
what Castle looking like.
I'll shout Monk Wemby, shaved head, freaking, the Buddha power, secure his blood clot, all that stuff. I cannot wait for that. Dragon Ball Z
Bro, I'm
shit
telling you,
coming in next
him,
year.
dude. I just know I'm in here. Cook the castle. To, like, nah, it's gonna be fire, bro. I can't
Yeah.
wait. I can't wait.
Trey was so sad because he was like, I bought season tickets and I'm about to get KD, and it's like, no, you're not.
That's
Sorry,
why.
Trey. All right, let me get into some comments before we get into KD. ESPN SA shirt, Jeff is fire. Coming from our boy
Thank
Joe.
you.
Where did you get that from?
It was this event on the 1604, like one of those restaurants. I went for like it was some kind of event, and ESPN SA was like live streaming from there or whatever. This was like at least 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I was
I was
thinking
about
too.
to say that because I remember. I want to say not when I started playing fantasy football, but right around that time, like 2012, I know, like 2011. I think they were out like in the where your newly like 1604 over by Trey Nim is. They were
Yeah.
doing some event out there at like a
Bro, all
I
that
want to
heavy
say a
stuff was going by
Buffalo.
1604 and Bandera. Not even
Yeah,
like
like, but they were over there. They were doing like something at Buffalo Wild Wings. I remember they were doing like a fantasy football draft. It was live with the ESPN SA, and then we went over there. But I didn't see no T-shirts. I wish I would have known they had T-shirts.
Yeah.
That's fire.
I remember when I went to go get a Patty Mills autograph after they won the championship, and I was next in line, and they were like, "Event's over." Oh,
No way. For real?
Wow.
yeah, I was like, "Oh, dude!" Like 2+ hours I waited there before the event started, and then for that to happen, I was like, "Patty, no!"
The next in line, that's got to be the worst.
Nah, that's crazy.
Someone has to be it, right? Someone has
Yeah, the little girl in front of me got the last one. I was like, "Fuck you, fuck you."
That sucks.
It happens. All right. Second best pacer in history, Hallie. No, I still say it's PG-13, but it's your opinion, Joe. It's your opinion. If you're in Hallie's shoes, do you play hurt and risk injury? Absolutely.
Yep, without a doubt.
I said the same thing with Todd Gurley when he got hurt. I was like, I bet you he'd rather be on the floor than on the bicycle.
You can ask me that 10 times, bro. And 10
I might
10.
never ever be back here. I have to be on the floor.
I'm playing.
James Jeffs, Jose, y'all the man. Gotta get y'all weekly. Yes,
sir.
We have not been on weekly much. Obviously, I told the boys, but next week we should be starting football talk again. Big, heavy football talk. Obviously, if everyone's here and everything, quarterbacks rankings, boys. Y'all know how it is.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Jeff, I don't want to. Jeff, look, Jeff.
No, Jeff, be you, Jeff, be who you gotta be. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, wherever you put Dak is where I'm gonna put Aaron Rodgers.
Hell yeah, hey, Dak's in his developmental phase, or he's still. What was the coach? What was the coach saying? He's still developing.
Oh my god!
Hey,
10 years in the league, he's still developing.
Jeff, hey, watch your mouth, Jeff.
Hey, that coach, he
watch
ain't
your
that
mouth,
great.
Jeff.
Garbage already. The coach fire him. Fire him. He's like the Jason Garrett. Fire him.
What are you doing, dude? Oh,
man, he's like, oh, you know what, Joe Milton? Oh my God, he's gonna be our guy. We're gonna go like, you just paid this dude $60 million. They're gonna go straight to Joe Milton. I love it. Do it.
No.
Would y'all rather live in Indiana or Idaho?
Me, Idaho, because I like the mountains and stuff. So like Idaho is very beautiful. There's a lot of skiing in Idaho. I would definitely pick Idaho.
What's in Indiana?
Nothing. Napoleon Dynamite. I ain't going there.
Pat McAfee. What's there, bro?
I'm trying to watch Caitlin Clark. That's about it.
You're right. If it's mountains and views in Idaho, yeah, you're right.
I don't know, man.
That would remind me of my childhood when I'd spend time in Mexico with my family, and they had like this land, and they were like right next to it, like you can see the mountain views and all that stuff. I was like, that's
I don't know. Times. I don't know, honestly.
As long as I got cell service, I mean, I want to do the podcast still. I'm just saying.
I don't know, man. I would probably go Indiana just because they have more sports related things to do. I don't know.
Fever, Pacers.
What's in Idaho?
Nothing.
Water, mountains.
Mountains, yeah, there ain't much.
Mountains, rivers.
Caves.
The eyes don't have it, okay? All right. Did Big James get that fade from John Bones Jones yet?
Hey, listen, I told y'all what I was going to do. I wrote it in there. I don't know if y'all talked about it. I think I had got off because I had to leave. But listen, hey, I'm giving that. I'm 55 seconds. I'm running. He only get 5 seconds to square up.
I said, James, look up Demetrius Johnson and KSI. You're KSI.
I didn't look it up, but I'm telling you.
I'm telling you now. Look it up, and you're gonna be like, oh, dear God.
No, I seen that man drop kick somebody, man. I'm not fighting that dude, bro. That was all lies.
No, I'm talking about how KSI is like probably 6'1", 6'2", big dude. Well, I'm talking about he's getting beat up and thrown around in 17 seconds by 5'3", 125-pound Demetrius Johnson.
Oh, that's crazy.
So you think 55 seconds? You don't got 5. You don't got 5. I don't even know if you got 1.
No, I swear I would never step foot in the cage, bro. I promise you.
I'd hop over the cage before I forget.
Oh yeah, I'm running. They gonna sue me because I ain't gonna last. I'm telling you.
Keep my fight check. I'm good.
You hit me with one of them punches or them kicks, bro. Like, yeah, we done. I'm running. I'm running straight for the fences. I don't care what they call me either.
Just says it's crazy to think that every round, every team the OKC played, the best player got hurt.
Is it true?
John Morant was the first round. The second round, who did they play? No, the second round they played Jokic. That's not true. That's already a lie.
Well, Aaron Gordon.
That's not their best player.
No,
that's not their best player. So no.
He was a key player.
And then who got hurt?
And then that went to 7. And then in Minnesota, Anthony Edwards didn't get hurt.
He almost got hurt, right? But he didn't get hurt, right?
He didn't get hurt. Who got hurt? I mean, Rudy Gobert doesn't matter.
No, injury.
Was it Ant or Julius?
No, it was Ant.
I remember Ant going down like it looked like he was done for the series, but he still played.
Injury, but he still played.
Okay, but like we're talking about 1-2 games, like we're talking about like because they got knocked in 5, and respectfully, Minnesota shouldn't even have been there because Steph got hurt in round 2 against them, and let's be honest, they didn't play good against the Warriors. If Steph was there, Warriors would have whooped their ass. So let's be honest. By the way, wasn't Steph a calf injury too? And then he sat out. If he wasn't a 4-time champion, then he'd be criticized for that shit. Starting out there. But no,
they like I said, like Jeff said, you can't really harp on it too much because you play who's in front of you, and at the end of the day, shit, it is what it is.
It happens. I mean, we could say the same thing. Remember with the Chiefs dynasty, like a lot of teams they played was injured and stuff like that. It doesn't discredit the greatness. Like
it don't, but it's like
because OKC was a 68-win team.
Yeah.
And the 2 teams that gave them the toughest ones were the 2 best team oriented ones, was like the Nuggets and the Pacers.
Yeah. But my thing is this, if Ant goes down game 1 of the series, yes, you call that out. If Jokic were to go down game 1 of that series, you call it what it is. But most of those guys were there and they played, so you gotta take your hat off to them, man. It's not what we wanted, but it's what you got.
Yeah, it's like Golden State. Golden State's first championship, a lot of people got hurt. Like I remember, I think the point guard,
Kyrie and Kevin Love got hurt from
like everybody got hurt that first year, but they won 3 on top of that, right? So you're like, all right. But yeah, OKC, like. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's calling them a dynasty because they're in good position, that they're, structured right. We'll see if they win another 3 and see how they win them,
But that's what I'm saying, though. You would hope these guys don't grow these egos, man. Like Williams has been playing great next to SGA.
Bro, I can see it early. OKC is gonna turn into Golden State enemy number 1 real quick. I'm sorry,
dude. They already are, right? I mean,
like that people are hating on them. Yeah. Like I don't think it's justified, but that people are hating on them.
But I'm saying, like, you just do not want Doug, like Jalen Williams and Chet cannot get big headed, bro, and think they're out past SGA. Because that's what things fall off, man. That's what people start to think they deserve.
Well, J-Dub, because he's already a champion, all NBA, all defense, he's eligible for the Supermax. So he's like 5 years, 250. Chet is not eligible for that, so he'll probably get like a rookie max, probably about 25, 30 mil a year. So early on, like they gotta start winning now because by next year they're gonna have to pay those guys or decide to let go one of them, and then the bench is gonna be thinner.
I'm telling you, and then you got guys like Lou Dort and those guys that are gonna want to think they deserve it. Like him and Caruso, they play major parts. They gonna think they need to get paid too. And I mean, he's a great defender. That's all I'm gonna say. He's a great defender. You gotta pay your defensive juggernauts, guys. Because they don't come very often. There's not a lot of Tony Allens and Drew Holidays.
Hey, bro, the way the league is going right now, I won't be surprised if Lou Dort's a Boston Celtic next year. I mean, the way fucking all this shit goes sometimes.
But then another way is because they also got picks too, so they're gonna lose someone.
They got 3 or 4 next year already.
Yeah, they still get all these picks too, so that's why they're saying they're constructed like to win, right? But we'll see. We'll see what they do.
So they crazy. I think they still have 13 first-round picks.
But you think about it, like in hindsight, if Steph Curry doesn't get hurt and it's Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry in that Western Conference Finals playing that young OKC team, if Indiana Golden State would have beat them, so like they didn't even play Golden State, but Steph Curry being injured for the playoffs is a big thing, right? So like
that's why I think Minnesota was overrated this year because I like Ant, but I think he still has a lot to go.
Oh yeah, and their team and the team around them.
Yeah. I mean, they try to get rid of Gobert and Dilly and the 17th pick for KD, and KD was like, "Nah, I'm good."
No, but my thing is this: they really should, like, for the step that they took the year before, understanding what it takes to win, to be right back in a position to actually put a footprint on your legacy. Like, dog, they just didn't play well. They played awful.
Yeah, but they're just not that deep, man. They're just to me, they're not they don't have a big team.
But that's where you need vets, though, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, you need vets and you need coaching. I think that's where in playoff basketball.
Let's get Russell Westbrook at the minimum in OKC. Let's go.
Hey.
People would hate that. I mean,
I can't believe he opted out, dude. For Russell Westbrook, he had a good thing going there. Just
what is that? But what's that drama with Aaron Gordon and whatever? Like something happened. And I knew they talked about like the week they got eliminated. Like something happened between him and Aaron Gordon.
Oh, really? I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I need to go back into it. Like I don't know if like Aaron Gordon's family member said something about Russ or Russ's wife or something like that. You know, Russ will take that shit. Like,
shit. Okay.
So,
I didn't know that.
Something happened. I need to look into it, but it was something between them, and it's just like, bro, that should have been squashed, whatever it was, because he was doing good for that team.
Yeah.
That team needs role players.
Yeah, they need. Without Russ, they don't win a lot of those games. Like straight up.
Without Russ, they could have won some more games. So, I'm just throwing out there. It's a balance. There was a few. There's a few.
They had to bench him against OKC, right? He wasn't getting a lot of playing time in those last games.
That's what I'm saying. Like something happened, like I don't know, bro. Like, and then also too, maybe he wasn't even a fan of Mike Malone getting fired.
Maybe.
That's the other thing too. Like, I remember Mike Malone's gone. Like, he's not in Denver no more. They took the interim coach, and so like, who knows? Like, I'm worried for Denver, like, because they got the best player, and at some point, just like with Giannis, he might be on the trading block.
That's what they're saying right now.
Yeah, the GM's worried, like, bro, we're running out of depth so much that I'm worried that I'm gonna have to offer up 15. You imagine Jokic on the move? Oh my God, who is not gonna give up everything for him? Please, San Antonio. Please, Brian Wright. Like somebody, if you got don't let him go to OKC.
Imagine.
That is a walking dynasty.
Don't let him go to OKC. I just say
that's a walking dynasty, bro.
Them and the Spurs are the only ones with that much draft capital. And
that's a walking dynasty, bro.
Now obviously other teams can offer.
Why would you give them up? They think they just can't construct around them. They can't build around them.
No, because everything's it's expensive. Like Gordon's expensive, Jamal's expensive, and then they're injury prone right now. So it's who's gonna take them? Who's gonna take those contracts? And that's what we're saying. Like once you're out of debt, like the same way Milwaukee is right now, like you're gonna have to sadly think about giving up your franchise.
Yeah, you gotta think about it.
Mm-hmm. So we got plenty of more comments here, and we got a lot of Alex trolling here in the chat as well. So we'll see. Kyrie just declined his player option. I put that in the bottom ticker earlier. He declined, but he's going to extend with the Mavs for 3 years, 119. Alex says, I hoop in D-Rose and LaMelo balls, and I tore my ACL and MCL in LaMelos. Yeah, because you trusted the big baller brand. What the hell's wrong with you?
Hey, them LaMelos are nice, though. I got to
Yeah, and you don't wear them because you're going to tear everything. Half of them couldn't drink. That's true. That's why they had so much... That's why they look like the after party for my wedding. There were still so many drinks available. I had to take it home. Chet is Wemby. Okay, Alex. See, this is Alex. You just a troll. And Josh Giddey likes them young. Okay, yeah. don't start this war, Alex. Our boy Chad from Bell to Bell. He says, "Celts time," and I hate players whose names start with a J. He's a Heats fan, so he hates all Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. He might hate Jalen Williams. He might start calling these guys all by Jays. He hates them all. Alex says, but let's talk about San Antonio. One trade away from being the best team ever. He loves San Antonio. And, of course, this is when we started talking about San Antonio. Telling you, James, that's the whole city. The way everyone reacts like crazy. Yeah. Joe says... now let me do it. There you go. Jokic elbow was hurt.
Shit, it looked like it
Hey,
was.
he's still
triple
playing.
doubles.
If you still playing, it don't matter. I don't want to hear that excuse about everyone getting hurt, bro. That's not.
Hey, that
Nah,
man was. Them
we gotta
triple
stop.
doubles were ridiculous, bro.
We gotta
Like
stop making
that's.
excuses, bro. No, I'm
I
sorry.
don't like him. I don't like him, man. But he cold, bro. Jokic is cold, bro.
They're one of the few teams in history to win 80 plus games in a season. That is true. They won 84. So congrats to OKC. I'm just mad because people are saying Chet over Wemby because he has a ring already. Yeah, but if you follow basketball, you know better. Like stop that. The fifth option versus the first option is crazy talk. And here comes Alex. Chet over Wemby. LOL. Don't let Alex fool you with them trolls, Joe. Don't let them fool you. Shea is the perfect head of the snake for OKC since he's low maintenance. I mean, hey, the Thunder won the trade over the Clippers. How's Paul George looking? Oh wait, he's not even in LA no more.
That's crazy.
And they still have a lot of draft capital. That's the scary part. Yep, we definitely talked about that. So
What did he like? It's sad to say this, but like I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know he came from the Clippers.
well, no, bro, the Hornets drafted him.
Really?
The same way they drafted Kobe, and then they traded him to an LA team on draft night.
That's wow.
And, bro, we could make an all-time list of probably great players that could have played for the Hornets that they drafted and they just gave away. Kobe and Shea alone is just crazy. Yeah. You're talking about 6 championships, 2 MVPs, like multiple All-NBAs. Like, bro, Charlotte, what are you doing, bro? No, we like LaMelo. I like LaMelo too, but he's not efficient, bro. Like the way Jeff hates on Kobe's efficiency. Oh my God, on LaMelo. LaMelo. Oh no. I don't know. The kids are like, yeah, Melo. I know him. He's from Charlotte. No. The real Melo was from Denver, who played in New York. All right, chill out. No, that's the only Melo. That's the only Melo that we acknowledge. La Melo is Lebem, big baller brand. They all only got 1 foot now, just like their daddy.
No, you're terrible, bro. You're terrible.
Am I wrong?
Accurate statement, but you're terrible.
I'm not gonna get on TikTok for that one. But all right, so Kevin Durant has joined his 6th, 7th team. No, I'm trying to count, bro. Like Thunder, Warriors, Brooklyn, Phoenix. Oh, 15. Okay, the 15. Oh, was that crazy? He completed the rainbow apparently. So that's how I got confused on the number of teams he's been. So he's now on his 5th team in 17 years. He's now a Houston Rocket. They gave up Jalen Green, their best player in the regular season, and who didn't show up in the postseason at all. Mm-hmm. They gave up Dylan Brooks, the little bully who couldn't, and they gave up a 1st-round pick and 5 second-round picks. So, guys, obviously Phoenix doesn't know what the hell they're doing. So.
Which is like, why couldn't we fleece them? But yeah, I know.
So I'm just wondering, like, what are our thoughts, Jeff? I'll start with you. What are our thoughts with Kevin Durant joining the Houston Rockets? Obviously, he won in Houston, he won in San Antonio, he won in Miami. Apparently, Houston was the only one willing to give up as much as they did, which is a top 10 pick. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so I had talked myself into being okay with getting them because everybody was saying that we were going to get them. So I was like, I tried to like be okay with it because I really didn't want him. I mean, he is efficient. He can score, right? But I'm not too happy with his defense. But he is 7 foot, right? Like, how bad can he be? But yeah, I worry about him at that age being hurt, and I'm just glad it's not our problem, right? Like I'm okay with it. He goes to Houston, and yeah, if he's healthy and plays the way he can play with that team in Houston, that they can be dangerous, you know. But that's just a lot of ifs. Is he going to stay healthy? I think with Houston, full strength, no injury, they're going to be one of those teams, right? Because I mean they're pretty much they're not going all in, but they got a good squad right now. You know, they got Sagoon, they got Van Fleet that shows that he can still play, and with KD, and then with Amon Thompson, I mean they got some players, and that's another one. You know, with that Wemby year we were talking earlier. Amon Thompson is the only one that makes you think that boy. I'm real high on Amon Thompson. So yeah, like it works for Houston. Let them experiment with them. I'm cool with not giving up all our picks and all that. Just keeping our team. I wouldn't mind getting rid of like Vassell and Johnson You know, if we have to give up Barnes or whatever, but it's cool. I'm happy with it. I'm okay with it.
James, your thought?
Man,
I know you're
I
a pro
like.
KD for the San Antonio Spurs, so how do you feel about him now?
No, I mean I love the move. One for the sake of what they just needed to be competitive, man. You saw like you saw them take those leaps, and we were just talking about it probably before we took that mini break with the podcast of how well they were playing, but they just needed a guy to they needed somebody who can score, who can go get a bucket. Because you saw how poorly Jalen Green played. But defensively, like those guys were they hooped, man. They showed up. But now you got a guy that you know that can close out a game, that can get hot and carry you, and like Jeff said, Thompson he showed he's him. He's elite. He's ready to take that next step. So um with Jalen Green out of the way and KD to be there to be like a mentor, I think his game is gonna skyrocket. Um and they already have the bigs, you know what I mean? So it's just whatever they decide to do to grow their bench and get more depth is what's going to take them that's going to catapult them deeper into the season. And I think it's a good trade for them. I think they won, in my opinion. You know what I mean? They didn't give up too much. They kept the core intact, and they can still grow in the future. So hats off to Houston for not getting fleeced.
No, I mean Phoenix is ever since Matt Ishbia bought the Phoenix Suns. It's been downhill the whole way. You went from being a team in the NBA Finals, which people criticize like, oh, they didn't even deserve to be there, right? Whatever. I don't think that. I mean, you found your way. You went to 6 games. You earned your spot. You trade for Kevin Durant from the Brooklyn Nets. Cool. You gave up a lot of firsts. I think they gave up like 3 or 4 to Brooklyn. So you give up a lot of firsts there. Then you trade Chris Paul, the guy who led your team to your first NBA Finals. You trade him to Bradley Beal, a guy with an expensive contract, a no trade clause, injury prone as hell, more than I think CP3 in my opinion.
Yep.
And then I think you make one playoff series and you get swept by the Wolves. Then, of course, your core guys can't stay healthy. KD can't stay healthy. D-Brook can't stay healthy. Bradley Beal can't stay healthy. So then you don't even make the play-in this year. Did they make the play-in?
Mm-mm.
No, they didn't make the play-in, right? They missed it. So you don't make anything, and you're in scramble mode because you can't trade Bradley Beal because he doesn't want out. You have a no trade clause, so you have to trade Devin Booker or Kevin Durant, and then you trade Kevin Durant, you get an inefficient guy, a young star that a lot of people in Houston really like, which I still understand, because if he's only good sometimes in the regular season and then doesn't show up in the playoffs, then why are we even having 4? Dylan Brooks, a first round pick, which is the 10th pick this year, which I think is technically their pick back because I think Houston had Phoenix's first, so they got their pick back. And then 5 second round picks, so everything you gave up for KD, you didn't even get anything near in return. So Phoenix is cooked. They're done. Respectfully, even with Devin Booker on the team, they're done. They're cooked. Respect for Ime Udoka and Houston Rockets, because I think the difference here and Joe said this, which is what I'm answering to. He says he's going to make them stay the same, not better or worse. They were a young team, and Udoka had them in the right direction. Now what KD does, he challenged Udoka. I don't think he challenges Udoka because this can arguably be his best coach he's ever had in the league. Arguably, right? Depending on how you feel about, his coaching and the Thunder and then Steve Kerr, how you feel about Steve Kerr, because a lot of people are up and down Steve Kerr. You could argue that this is his best coach, Ime Udoka, former Boston Celtics head coach, San Antonio Spurs assistant coach. I think with this team, it puts them into a real challenge to being that threat to OKC, to the championship next year. I do. And it's just because last year they took the Warriors to 7. They couldn't get over the hump because they didn't have that guy to put up 25 points, whatever, and stuff like that. Now you got KD. KD's average, I think, last year 27, Jeff, right? something like that. Something
25,
crazy.
27 or something like that.
Yeah. So like year 17, 18, whatever it is for him, like he's still balling. I mean, obviously there's still some questions you have about him. His health obviously is one of them. But I think in those situations like a battle with the Warriors in the postseason, I think he gets them over that hump. Where Jalen Green, who didn't show up except for one game, couldn't do that. So I think Sengun, KD, Amen, Fred VanVleet, if he opts in, I mean obviously $44 million is a lot of money that people don't want to pay VanVleet, but he's got the experience, right? Former champion with the Raptors, so that could be a dangerous team.
Yeah, even if he doesn't, I think they can replace that. You know what I'm saying? With the talent that they have, I think you can replace that and put somebody over there for a cheaper price that can get the job done. Because you know what a boss, you know who's going to have a heavy rotation of holding that ball. That ball's going to be in KD's hand. They're going to play through him, and then obviously Sengun as well. And then I think whenever KD's not on the floor, probably a man Thompson. So. You look at it the way that they're constructed, they're going to be all right. And with the picks that they have, they'll make their adjustments because their coaching staff is solid. Yeah. But dude, did you see what the hell Bradley Beal is making?
Yeah, it's over like 55, almost 60 mil. Yeah,
right.
Because Washington is a horrible franchise, and they gave him a stupid contract, and then Phoenix was stupid enough to trade for it.
Wow, I'm just trying to figure out like. I think ever since James Jones was no longer their general manager.
No, I think he still is.
No,
he's still the GM. Is it Matt Ishbia just bought the team and that's it? And I think James Jones is still the guy.
All right,
I could be wrong.
Real quick.
Yeah, look it up.
I hope he's not there, man. This is bad for his credibility.
I think he's a GM and he has no say. He's got no say. Matt Ishbia is playing NBA 2K right now with this team. He's walking around with this contract. Jeff, what do you think, man? I mean,
it's terrible. Phoenix is going to be bad for a really long time. I mean,
they're not going to be back.
Is it true that Booker requested a trade? Because if he hasn't, he better get out of there.
He hasn't requested, but I think he wants out.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, you don't want to be in a rebuild for the next 8 years, you know?
I'll tell you right now, Brooklyn has 5 first-round picks this year. You can definitely get Devin Booker for that right now.
Yeah, and maybe that's why they got all them second. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they're going to have to do something. But, yeah, someone's got to get Booker out of there. Get him out of hell. Let Dylan Brooks be their lead guy down there.
I'm just saying, if I'm Brooklyn, give Phoenix a call right now. You got 5 first-round picks this year.
Yeah.
You could give up 3 or 4, get Devin Booker. I mean, he's a bucket. He's not my favorite shooting guard or anything like that, but he's a bucket still, nonetheless. James, have you found the answer?
Yeah, they said so. Phoenix Suns have reshaped their front office, reassigning James Jones, who served as team president and basketball operations and general manager since 2019. Brian Gregory will now step into the general manager role, reporting directly to Matt Ishbia, according to Arizona Sports. Mm-mm. So he's not in that role no more. I don't know what he's doing, but he's not in that role no more.
So team president just means he's going to take care of the toiletries, the fights, and all that stuff. Okay, cool. That's what it means, because it's
that's terrible, bro. Like that. But you look at all the moves he constructed to make them a contender. He brought in the great pieces.
And then Matt Ishbia came in and ruined everything.
Dang, bro, what does it take? I need a GM job, bro. Like, I want to make some fucking mistakes.
Nah, you just got kiss ass to a stupid owner. That's all it is, bro. That's really all.
Oh, man, what? Like, these trades, bro.
Oh, how do y'all... Okay, so I wanted to bring it up because I don't know if it's going to affect tomorrow's draft or whatever. But there's supposed to be an announcement, possibly tomorrow, or maybe not. Potentially, the NBA is finally going to expand back to Seattle and Las Vegas.
That'd be nice.
Which would force, of course, 2 Western teams to go to the East, which I think Memphis and New Orleans are the 2, or Minnesota would be the obvious.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Memphis for sure, because they're the most Eastern West team out there.
Yeah.
And then, New Orleans is the boot of the States.
Yeah.
But I think the head's Minnesota, so I think one of the 2 teams. Yeah. Minnesota would make more sense, right? They're right next to Canada. You can put them in the same division, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Damn, that would be crazy to switch Eastern to Western. I mean, that.
Hey, you put and in the East, and it's like, okay, now we got something going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love that.
Okay. I'll let y'all bring up something in just a bit if y'all want to talk about anything else. But I did want to ask, and it just reminded me when I brought up the expansion. How terrible do y'all feel for the people of Seattle? They just watched the team that left them win a championship.
Well, I didn't even think about that.
They just saw their franchise, who left them 16 years ago, 17 years ago, whatever it was, left them, and now they're the champions. And one of the reasons that brought up in my head was the fact that there was a guy wearing, I think it was a Kevin Durant Seattle Supersonics jersey in the crowd at Game 7. And I was like, God. Because the people of Seattle are not fans of the Thunder.
Yeah.
I know that. Yeah. So I'm like, how do y'all feel for them?
I mean, I guess you could. I guess the respectful way would only to be able to ask somebody who's like from that. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta. I think when you talk about stuff like that, you gotta come from that culture and realize what it means to them. It's just like if you were to tell me Dallas was to be uprooted and went to California for some odd ass reason, like I would hate the hell out of whatever team they turned into be, just because. Like I'm from Texas, I know Texas football. Like I only know Dallas Cowboys. I don't give a damn about Houston, respectfully, like of course, but like I would never be a Houston Texans fan. Just like I would never root for any other college team but the Texas Longhorns. Like, you know, I root for LeBron, but respectfully, I don't root for nobody else but the Spurs, even in their losing seasons. So like I think to understand how like much I hate to use the word, but like how much like hatred or dislike I would have or disdain.
I mean, just imagine if they had decided the same way they took our San Antonio Stars and made them the Las Vegas Aces. How like would you hate the Spurs if they had become the Las Vegas Spurs?
Hell yeah. Boy, I'd be hot as boy fish grease.
I'm looking for Peter Holt and I'm jumping him.
I ain't looking. We pulling up.
Like I know where your construction sites are, boy. I see you on 410 in the East.
Bro, that's hard, bro. Like to think that a team was just uprooted and taken from you and then successfully re-imaged and reorganized and built to because I'm pretty sure they were mad when they was looking at KD, Russ, and James Harden.
Hell yeah.
You
got KD. I drafted KD and you lose them. I'll be mad.
You drafted Russ and KD.
But I'm saying like they drafted Kevin Durant and they got to see him hoop in a Seattle green uniform.
Bro, that 2012 NBA Finals must have hurt.
Like so
they were that close.
To look at that and I bet they was like, "Ooh, they almost got one." Like, and then to see it, I think to see it now is they probably still mad, but it's not as bad as it once was. Looking at Kevin Durant, somebody you got to see step foot on the floor hoop in Seattle. Now move.
I think it still hurts because a guy like Gary Payton said, "I would never let Oklahoma retire my jersey. I didn't play for you. I didn't play for your venue. I didn't play for your team.
Yeah,
you adopted my team.
Yeah,
and
I like that.
So
if I'm him, I'm standing on that too. I'd be the same way. Like I'm not going up over there for what? Like your fans don't know me like that.
That's why when Warren Moon was like, "I'm giving my number away to Cam Ward." What, you play for the Houston Oilers? What do you mean you giving up your number to Cam Ward? The fuck?
Was crazy. That's what I was like. That's crazy.
But just the fact they brought him out and he but I told Cody because Cody, for the people's debate, he's a Houston Texans fan. I was like, bro, Warren Moon at the same time, mine would have been laughing and the whole time because he's like, I didn't play for you, bitch. Like, okay, you want me to present that's fine. I never played for y'all.
I promise you, I'm not a spiteful person. I'm not salty. But if this kid don't have a year, bro, oh man, I'm trolling.
We're trolling a rookie?
Yes, bro, because they are, man, they giving this man his flowers like he about to go do something crazy.
Well, Cam Ward?
Yeah,
But I mean, there's not much to expect. Tyler Shuck wants a fully guaranteed contract. The dumb fuck from the second round to the Saints, and then Shador Sanders out here driving over 100 every day, getting tickets. So there's Cam Moore's like the only talk right now, like as far as rookie quarterbacks.
but the Shador stuff is only because of who he is, bro.
Don't drive 100 miles an hour, bro.
Bro, Zach Edey just did it the other day.
Don't do it either, Zach Edey. Don't do it.
But where have you heard it?
What do you mean?
That's what I mean. Dude, that's what I mean. It's so bad that if Shador Sanders took a shit and didn't flush the toilet, it would be on ESPN.
I'm talking about actual fucking dumb shit.
But I'm saying,
Rashid Rice is out here driving drunk at 150 miles an hour. Henry Ruggs is about to get on parole after killing somebody. So, I'm just trying to avoid for Shador to kill somebody too, bro. That's all I'm like. That's it. I don't give a fuck if he wiped his ass and forgot to flush. I don't give a fuck about that.
I'm just saying it would be on.
I'm not Stephen A. Smith. I'm not out here.
Hey, he's lost a lot of respect, Stephen A. Right? Like a lot of people are clowning.
Bro, he's becoming Skip.
Yeah,
he
so
really
quick. Is. Oh my god.
Rather than just sitting back enjoying the fruits of his labor, yes, he really is.
Bro, and mind you, the whole ESPN crew, I'm losing almost all respect for it, except for the NFL Live people and Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee's been Pat McAfee
because
he's not changing. Those are the only two things I respect.
But it's because the people know that if you get clickbait and you say some outlandish stuff, it's gonna be regurgitated, and they're gonna talk about it over and over and over, so you can't know more. That's why even the whole beef with LeBron thing, if he would have said that about another player, it wouldn't even lasted that long. You know what I'm saying? It's for who the person is speaking on, and then the other person's player likeness, and then you're gonna blow that out of proportion. It's just dude. And I used to like him because I was like, dude, you really did make something out of nothing, and you put yourself on a platform, and yeah, you deserve to get paid because you have that, you command that respect. But don't get too beside yourself, bro. You're standing on the shoulders of Stuart Scott.
Didn't help. Doesn't help either. Ryan Clark, who I respect or respected.
I lost a ton of respect.
Yeah, the whole thing with the race baiting stuff is
that RG3 shit, that whole RG3 shit, bro. Yeah, you lost me with that.
And I don't even have to like RG3 either. I'm just saying, bro, we don't need this is not the route we go. It's not the route.
And it has nothing to do with RG3. Respectfully, of course, it has nothing to do with RG3. It's just the fact for me, like I said when we were talking about it the first time, for another black man to. That's why I said the whole thing with KD. When are we gonna learn that player? Dude,
that actual thing was funny. I'm okay with it.
No, it's funny, but it's still senseless though. You know what I'm saying? Because I know KD's trolling. I know he's trolling at his finals. That's what he do.
Look, don't care. The other reason we also it's okay to it doesn't matter that. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm James. Acho laughed after it off. He's like, you know what, KD, it's I should probably be butthurt about this, but actually, what you said was actually really funny.
Yeah, that's what I said. Because when Trey posted it, I laughed at it, but I'm just but it's dude, it's just how often are we gonna have to see this? KD was just going at it with DeMarcus Cousins about some locker room stuff. And then he kind of downplayed it. Was I don't want to smoke with you, big fella, but I'm just saying your source is wrong. It's just that, but it's just in the same vein, why does everything have to be brought to the public? Certain stuff shouldn't even make it off to the internet
wasn't that Boogie's fault then? Because that report only happens because Boogie said it.
Yeah,
and then KD responded. That's all
that's what it's his fault.
So it's the thing is, it's if we don't want to cause drama with say the active players and stuff that right now, it's all these guys are going to the sports podcasts, sports media shows, and all that. The former players. It's why are you revealing locker room secrets?
Yeah,
that's what it is. But it's it was safe space for me and my boys. And now it's it's public news that's getting twisted.
Yeah,
because we don't know.
Not everything is supposed to be made out there. But back to the real source of what we're talking about. Dude, Ryan Clark, to come from where they come from. First of all, because I was a huge fan of I Am Athlete. That was my thing. I couldn't wait for all the new episodes. But then you saw how kind of shady Brandon Marshall was on behalf of
You
the
should have known.
success that
You
they've
should.
gained.
You should have known that from. It's Brandon Marshall. Like, come on. We
Yeah, but
know.
it was just shady from the success that they gained, and then you try to replace these dudes with their authenticity, and you saw that you couldn't do that because the show is kind of ass to me now. They try to be I am everything, but it is just like the pivot it's a dope show, but like to try to make it to where you're uplifting everybody, and then you turn around and go on there, and then you disrespect another black man like that. It's just you contradict yourself, bro, and it's terrible, man. It's just like it
Yeah, I
sucks,
didn't like to
bro.
see all that. I was
Yeah,
like, what are
no,
these people mad about?
yeah, it left,
Guys, if you haven't noticed, we are now in Puro After Dark. The main topics are done, so we're just chatting. We haven't talked to each other in weeks, to be fair, like
Yeah.
face to face. So this is us recollecting. So welcome to Puro After Dark.
for real. Jeff ain't been on here this long in a minute, so you know what I'm saying. I'm just enjoying my brother. You feel
Bro,
me?
Jeff sometimes leaves and doesn't even explain.
You gotta take off.
It's like my AC, I need it on, and you motherfuckers
Yeah,
are killing me.
I'm almost there.
I see the bullets. I see the
Yeah.
bullets coming out.
It's getting there.
Yeah,
Y'all ready for the draft tomorrow? By the way, are y'all ready for
Yeah.
the draft?
dude, I'm ready for football, dog. I'm ready for our football.
You ready?
Draft.
Okay, y'all gonna make your quarterbacks list tonight? You gonna send it to me? We're gonna make the consensus.
When you need them by Friday.
Friday.
What am I doing?
Friday, Saturday would be nice. I can make the pictures.
I'll
and stuff like that.
I'll probably have if no, because work's gonna be busy tomorrow. Thursday I'm gonna be late at work. I'll probably play basketball after that, work out. I'll for sure have it I'll for sure have it Friday night. Friday night.
All right, I'll text this draft, please, by Friday or Saturday night at the latest.
Hey, I'll send you my 1 through 31 for sure by Friday.
Oh, he already know you're 30. He already knows you're 32.
Yeah.
Hey, wherever you put Dak Prescott, I'm putting Aaron
Hey,
Rodgers.
y'all Aaron Rodgers fans gonna look bad this year.
What Aaron Rodgers fans? What
You,
you the Aaron Rodgers fan?
Yeah, because they're gonna do something this year. The Steelers.
They're gonna go
What?
negative 500. They're gonna go under 500.
What?
Jeff,
What?
talk to us about your boy Aaron Rodgers. He said this is most likely his final year. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I saw that headline. Aaron Rodgers said it was probably his last year. Like, what kind of news is that? That's not news.
That's what he said. That's what he said, though.
Yeah, but it's probably my last year. Like, let's be it your last year or not. I mean, it ain't that hard. But I just think with Pittsburgh, I think with Tomlin in there, someone that knows what he's doing. It sucks that they lost Pickens and shit, but like I think with that defense that the Steelers always provide, Aaron Rodgers likes to conserve the ball. Pittsburgh likes to conserve the ball. I think it's gonna work out there. I think they're gonna be all right.
It is crazy, right? Because now you think about it. Now they have Aaron Rodgers, and he could have had 2 crash outs, like top level wide receivers. It's like, okay, well now you just got the one, and you got a bunch of scrubs on the other side. Here comes Allen Lazard to save the day.
And it's weird when they traded Pickens. I was like, what are they doing? But like, obviously, right? Like they're having issues with them, right? But I don't know.
He basically won it out. Don't worry, he'll win out of Dallas after this year too.
Yeah, well, he's gonna be out of Dallas regardless. Like he has the what you call it? This is his last contract. His contract.
That's
So
true.
y'all
Haven't even signed Micah yet.
Yeah, he's a free agent regardless, but he just wants to prove he's worthy of.
Hey, you ready to pay Micah $45 million next year?
I'm ready to just pay him, period, and get it over with. Like I think this is.
Yeah, they should have had that done a long time ago.
That's
What are they doing? What are they doing?
After year three last year, they should have done it.
Dog, my thing is this, bro. My thing is this, and I say this respectfully, and I'm pretty sure people might go through all the videos and be like, James, you be flip-flopping. Yes, so what, nigga? I'm a Cowboys fan. I have the right to do that. But
I'm allowed to flip-flop because I am a cowgirl.
Right. No, but I was like, dude, paying a guy that's been in the league 10 years and has never sniffed a division, like a conference or divisional, like, dog, 60 million? And we don't even know if this nigga gonna get the job done. and we're struggling to play like, bro, it's just bad,
I'm
bro.
so happy
It's
for you.
just it's just so bad, bro. And then you give him the things that my guy Tony Romo has never had. That's what
You
makes me
gotta,
even more
you
mad.
gotta stop crying about the Tony Romo thing, bro. It's dead in the water.
Hey
Okay?
man, chill out, bro. Don't talk about my quarterback
It's
like
been
that,
9 years. Get over it,
man.
bro.
I can get your
It's been
address, bro.
9 years.
Don't play with
Get
me like
over it.
that. Listen
Get
here, ball
over it,
man. Don't make me pull up
bro.
at your house.
Imagine, please visit. It's like, don't worry, this black man's safe. He's one of ours.
Oh man. Dude,
No.
no, but like I'm just saying, man. Like
Imagine, James. Imagine if I was out here saying, "Man, remember when Tom Brady would do those things? You know, Drake May's not doing those things, man. It should have been Tom still. Year
Hey, look.
35.
Hey,
It's like,
listen.
no, it's done. Okay, collarbone broke him. It's over. He's in the booth. He's made more Super Bowls in the booth than he would have done it for the Cowboys in uniform. Chill out.
Hey, man, don't be disrespecting my guy like that, all right? Hey, but that did great in the booth though. He's great in the booth. He's great in the booth. Hall of Famer. He going in the hall.
Hall of
He
Fame
getting
for
the
the
gold
booth.
jacket.
Hall of Fame for the booth.
He getting the gold jacket in the booth. I don't care what
Pro
nobody says.
Football Hall of Fame for being a great talker. That is, and presenting him is the clapper.
Hey, but Tom Brady lost his GOAT status when he started calling LeBron the GOAT.
Bro, I knew I couldn't wait for one of y'all to bring that up.
I didn't say shit. Mister,
I knew.
Mister, I'm playing college football right now, thinking like we can't hear that shit just because you turned off the damn camera.
Well, that's why I was on mute for a while, and then I said that, and I was like, oh,
I've been hearing you for the last 15 minutes on that shit.
Them salty ass.
Calling LeBron James, that's a GOAT.
What's he supposed to do? I mean, MJ's gonna be on NBC because he's running out of money apparently, even though he got them Jordans.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, he lost all credibility right there.
But he did it when Wemby's in the booth too. Chill out.
Because what was that? Fanatics, like
Fanatics Fest.
I didn't
I
know
want to go to that, bro. That
it sounds pretty tight.
It's dope, bro.
I would go just for like those interviews. I wouldn't go for the autographs because the autographs are stupid price.
Yeah. No, but did you see the football jerseys? Like
yes, I love them. The football jerseys of the football. Yes, I love them.
Oh my god,
they're clean. All of them were clean.
Dude, they were so dope.
I was like, are they gonna sell them online? Because that'd be nice if they did. Actually, I'm gonna look it up right now because I actually want one. I really want one. If they don't got them, then I'm sad. But it is what it is. If they're a Fanatics Fest exclusive, then I get it.
Yeah. But Jeff pressing the hell out of them buttons over there.
God damn. You play with your joystick way more than your damn. That's not too much.
Hey, Jeff, so you getting the game when it drop next week or the week after?
What's that?
You gonna get the new one?
Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah. Are you?
James, are you still ducking Alex? According to Alex?
No, I haven't been on Xbox. I sold my Xbox. Well, actually,
I gave it away. Shit?
Yeah, I gave it away. Focus on school and just doing more stuff around the house. So I'm on a monthly hiatus right now. It's just been a month.
Damn, and Alex is talking mess or what?
He's been ducking up for 2 years on the PlayStation.
Alex wants to play me head to head in Madden or I don't know if he said college, but I know he said Madden for sure.
You know what we should do? We should do since we're doing the fantasy football games in a few months.
Mm-hmm.
One of the games should be us like hooking up Xboxes and PlayStations and making a Madden tournament.
I'm telling you, man, I'm a cheeser, bro. I know all the glitch plays. I know all the glitch.
That would be tight.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tap out after the first quarter. I'm down 3 touchdowns. Okay, I'm good.
Bro, I know all the glitch plays. I know all the cheese defenses. I'm telling you, like Alex is sitting here he wants to play. I'm telling you, man, it's not gonna be fair. Like, dog, I'm telling you, I played so many like online franchise games, bro. Like versus some really, really good people. Like bro. Like,
yeah, that Jeff, he's in God mode.
Well, we'll level it off with some Rocket League.
I'm not, bro, but I'm just like.
Is that what you're playing?
Yeah.
Yes. I was playing that before I got on.
Yeah, I like me some Rocket League.
All right,
Football.
well, we're gonna let Jeff play with his sticks and betting for the rest of the night. But guys, y'all got any final words?
I'll be ready for next week.
All right, bet. Football month, boys. Football month. We're getting back into it. Any final thoughts before we close out?
Nothing, man. I just hope the Spurs make some good decisions tomorrow. I'm excited.
Hey, we still might make a trade. You never know.
Yeah, I still
hope
think
so.
there's going to be it might not be a big trade, but it'd be something.
Yeah.
I'm saying, give up the 14th, get Cam Johnson. I'm okay with that.
I'm not okay with that.
Stop it. Okay.
Give up a second.
The 14th. I'm not saying give up the 2. Why?
Okay. If we give up the 14th, I want Cam and something else. I don't want just Cam Johnson. He is not a first round pick guy.
Okay. What if it's what? Okay. Okay, maybe. Okay, what if it's like our 14th, our first round pick, and Cam Johnson, and then one of their other firsts, because he got 5.
That's what I like to hear.
Okay, I don't think that's actually realistic, but I think straight up you can do one first with Cam, and boom, we're done. Yep. But all right, fellas, that's all we got for tonight, guys. Thank you for joining us. Follow us, please, here on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe. That's all I ask for. James, Jeff, that means you too. Like, share, and subscribe, boys. On the Facebooks, on the Instagrams, on the Twitter, the X, the TikToks, all the good stuff. Guys, for humble hater James. For Jeff D. Lujan, as in delusional for Aaron Rodgers. I am Jose Garza. We are Puro Pinche Sports, and we are out.